Boom! According to that, I am back, and you are here with Tokyo Tonight 2, as I'm going to call it, the reboot of Tokyo Tonight. It's been about 2 months since I've seen you all, so it's great to see so many people show up on what I admitted short notice. As you can see, I was hoping to be a little bit more tidied up, actually. I've been doing a big cleanup of stuff here, and maybe the first thing I want to check, because I'm a little bit worried, when I was setting up, I wanted to make sure that the sound was okay, and I boosted the mic a little bit because it's always a little bit quiet, and it's also because I want to do something else. Can you hear the sound? It says here I can hear the sound. Can you can hear the sound? But we got booms. I hope so, because everything's too well set up at the moment. Anyway, it is great to see you all. So what have I been up to? Well, more to the question, what in the hell has the world been going on? I mean, I leave you guys alone to look after yourselves. You know, it wasn't that long. It was only about 2 months, and the world actually seems to be falling apart at the moment. Oh, thank you, Chris Rodham. Appreciate the confirmation on the sound. Okay, we are rocking and rolling. Well, I was in New Zealand. This is the actual logo of our Air Force that we actually put onto our 1960s Vietnam surplus planes that we still use. It's pretty cool, and I saw this and I thought I have to have it, so I thought I'd wear that tonight. I am home in Tokyo. By the way, there was a I was expecting that maybe I was going to be going to Las Vegas. I actually had air tickets and hotel booking and everything for this upcoming week. However, work is work. It's been busy, and I made a call late on Friday night that I won't be able to go. So I unfortunately cancelled that, but there will be more chances to go back again. Why did I say chances? But yeah, so in terms of what's different, what am I going to do different this time? Well, it's going to be mostly the same. But one thing, I suppose, when I took a break, I did take a good break, and it was not just from YouTube. As you know, it was from Facebook and Twitter as well. And it was why, I suppose, although I wasn't very happy about the circumstances that I started, to take a break, at the same time, I did feel some relief at not always fidgeting around with my phone trying to keep up with all the sources of information that I was kind of obsessively keeping up with. And I enjoyed doing it. I enjoyed following. Every time someone makes a comment, I want to see the comment, I want to respond. I like the conversations, but in the end of the day, it was getting a little bit too much. It was overriding a lot of other things. I was basically picking up my phone and looking at it all the time, which would be fine if I was on my own, but when I'm around my son and stuff like that, that wasn't a good look. Plus, I also found that taking all that time back, at least for 2 months, it's let me start. Whoa, look at that, it's West Stew. That's pretty awesome. You've got a big tick mark next to you. Does that mean you're like an official channel? That's awesome. I got to get one of those. Yeah, so it's get that thing back. So yeah, I've started up a few extra projects. I've started up doing some new cool stuff, which hopefully I will be able to add to what I'm announcing on here and so on. But also just to make it a little bit easier for myself. I actually found keeping up with a bunch of RSS feeds plus a bunch of Twitter feeds, plus curating it all into a magazine on Flipboard, and then doing it all on Flipboard. It was actually, it takes a lot of work every week, and I kept it up for a couple of years, but it takes a lot of time, and I actually am quite busy between work and needing to keep up at home. So in order to make this easier to do and more sustainable, I still will do all the same stuff, but I'm just going to do it straight into the RSS reader itself. The way that I always do things with this is, when I find something in RSS that I really like, I click on the little, this is a funny one, that little bookmark icon at the top, and that puts it into my save for later folder. But it also, don't want it to do that, technical issues. It also will it'll link with IFTTT, and that'll send out a tweet, and I was using my tweets to sort of gather everything together. Wow, there's so many cool people here. But you know what, rather than do all of that, if you want to follow my article, what I'm posting up here, you can rather than go to my Flipboard, which I was curating especially, from now on just go to my Twitter and tweet me. I will check in on Twitter every now and then, although I've turned the notifications off just so that I'm not obsessively looking at it. But that said, there is one other big difference that I'm going to do going forward, and this is going to be an experiment from today, which is I am going to, let's go into it. As you know, myself and many of the people in the comments here are members of the open group of called Tokyo Digital Crew that posts music online. And yes, basically, with Creative Commons licenses that anyone can download. I've always wanted to make that music available and share it more often. Whenever I'm showing this app, the SoundCloud app, it tries to force showing the whole screen, so you can't actually see what I'm seeing at the moment. But basically, rather than share the 400 songs that we make available now, and there's like 7-8 contributors to this group, instead I'm going to share a playlist, the Tokyo Digital Crew Hot 25, which is the latest 25 tracks. I mean, that in itself is about 2 hours worth of music, so it's more than we're going to get through on the show. The problem is that the music levels on the tracks, they sometimes vary a bit, but I think I've got it just right that it should play okay in the background. So tell me if it's too loud or too quiet, but you will find that some of these will vary in levels. I'm going to kick it off. So this is, by the way, and I'll come as the songs go through, and I'll let you know what they are. Just checking a visual on the levels right now. So I'm talking louder than the music, so this should be okay. It shouldn't be too distracting. But I want to share this. This is a track that I posted. The first two that are coming out. This is called Racer Boy, which I put up on SoundCloud a couple of weeks ago. Enjoy it. Anyway, if you like any of these, I'll try to give updates on what the songs are, but you can come back and listen to them and download them and use them yourself in your own videos. And mess with them. And also, if you also even just want the parts of the music, the stems, the loops, whatever, just hit me or any of us up, and usually we'll give it to you. And if maybe you just like part of the song and you just want to loop it to put in the background for a video, it's yours. Or for a video game, a lot of these guys make video for music for video games. So that is all pretty cool. I've got gadgets, I got news, I got these fellas. Now, I love this. I also love this. This is what I got first, and originally I got this because it's got the same chip as this, and I got this because, and if I put this in my ear, it's going to stop playing on the iPhone, so I'm not going to stick this in my ear. But I love these. They sit in my ear just like the regular ones do, but you don't have all the wires all over the place. So the hands-free, it's discreet. I only like to use one at a time anyway, so that is pretty cool. That's right, this is the official soundtrack of Shat. You're right, Remino. I also got these just because I couldn't wait for the AirPods, and I actually gotten to really like these. I actually got a really, really cool transmitter for the TV I've got in here, which means that I can just basically wander around the room listening to the news and stuff like that without needing to be tethered to wires. And it's all, the syncing is pretty good. It's not that far out of sync, so it's pretty good. So I use this for listening to like TV, and also you can actually put wires into this, so you can actually directly connect it when I'm making music, so you don't have the latency. But just for going around like on the train and stuff like that, I think you do look like a goofball with two of these in, but with one of these, it's actually pretty cool. So yeah, that is all good. That is all good stuff. There's more gadgets. Oh, you know what? There is one other piece of really cool gadget news, which you'll see the benefit of in future. Maybe go grab this. So I've shown you this before. This is my Amazon Alexa tab that I got when I was in America a wee while ago, and I brought it back. And the only thing, it's cool, it does all the stuff that those Echoes do, except you can't call it Alexa, and I found that really sad. You're a bit Smokey and the Bandit. You press a button and you talk into it to use it, and it's a bit like Bandit 1. It's just not, it feels very CV radio 1980s Trans Am, which in itself it's cool. That's cool. But I've always wanted to put it there and say, hey Alexa, tell me the meaning of life. And there's a new update that went around on Friday that I can't install yet because you need to be using a US device, which I've got somewhere else. So I have to sort of hack in to be able to enable this. But this thing can use like the Echo Cam. So I can't wait. You're going to see some more of that stuff. So there's some cool stuff anyway, and this will be sitting around. It will actually be, I'll be able to actually talk to it like the full Echo. So that will be pretty cool. Tai, I guess, see, this is it, I can't hear the track that's playing. Yeah, if I put in the earphone, you will stop hearing it, so that's the problem. Well, I must admit, I am curious. I guess you were listening to the drop part of that song, which, yeah, I think is pretty good. In fact, I've started to notice lately when I've been making tracks that the drops have at times been better than the main parts. And I'm thinking maybe I should start making tracks just based around the drop as the starting point. Maybe I'll do that. Anyway, one thing is that when you get to the Perry-tune track, Perry-tune, who makes basically video game music, but kind of very cheery, it's like cheesy, but very, very popular video game music. Superbly mastered, but also noticeably louder than every other track. And I can't do much about that with the leveling, I'm afraid. So you will know it'll suddenly sound like we are in a theme park or something when it starts. Right now it's cool. Anyway, let's get into the topics and see if there's anything I can catch up on what's been going on in Japan. The screen has just been showing shat for a long time now. Now let's come back to this. This has been going on for a long time. It's frankly not much of a story. It's just kind of funny. So there is a group, there is a team in Odawara City, which is down by the beach south of Tokyo in Yokohama, surfing town Odawara. I've been to a few rave parties down there in my time actually on the beach. It's a rocking town. Apparently there are a lot of people there, however, abusing welfare. So there's a team that's basically set up to investigate and catch people who are abusing welfare. And apparently they think very highly of themselves. So they got commissioned kind of their own sort of t-shirts and logos and stuff like that. And for some reason they thought the Seikatsu Hogo Akuboku Metsu team. Yeah, so basically the destruction of evil, welfare team. Destruction of evil use of welfare team. They thought that they could make a whole bunch of stationery and t-shirts and stuff like that, and they said they're going to catch all the dregs and scum and destroy them. And Phoenix is into it. He's a yay Trump. But they did make these shirts, and they call themselves Shad, and they said that they're going to catch the the scumbags and dregs. And yeah, there's the logo that they have. Hogo Namenda, don't take the piss out of your welfare. Yeah, thanks Sergeant Bill. So here's the problem: I can't adjust it on the fly, so I either stop it or try to talk in a different pitch. I don't know. Bear with me for today. Today I will, this is Perry-tune, is it? Yeah, Perry-tune is loud. I gave you a warning. Actually, Tai, you know who this is. Tai, can you do me a favor? If I can ask, if you're at a computer, can you please put on the title of the track down the bottom? And would you mind opening another window to do that? This is the Hot 25, it's just going through in the order. I can't share the track name. I can do this. So I guess I can tell you. Oh, right now it is still Girl Gamer, the drum and bass track. Okay, so it is. This is a good track actually. This is another one of mine, but we'll get to the other one soon. Anyway, so this was funny, but let's move on. Europa, yes, they are sending stuff to Europa, and I should just agree, Mike. That's a good idea. Thanks, Ben Duncan. I appreciate that. But yes. Gaijin Down Under is an Apple hater, so I'm not going to read your comment. These are awesome. These have changed my life. You know, Apple, they invented Bluetooth. It's true, it's a fact. I believe it because I use Apple. So, NASA wants to send a life-detecting lander to Europe. Send it today. What are you waiting for? They're going to send this, stuff. They take too long for all the stuff. Can't wait for all of that. AI is going to kill us all. That's good to see. The handshake. We all saw the handshake. For me, I was watching that, and it was like, hey, where's Chulo? Glad that you love the tune. I quite like that tune. I like that tune. The next one is completely different. We all have different styles, but I do like this tune myself. Not that I can hear it at the moment. Anyway, the handshake. Everybody saw it. The Dr. Evil laugh made into a handshake scene. It went on a little bit too long, but there again, they're taking photos. Oh man, what happened to the world? I mean, seriously, I leave you guys for 2 months, and I come back and look at what have you done with this planet? Seriously, I mean, I don't even know where to start. But I'll tell you what, I do remember when Abe was made Prime Minister, and everyone, all of the British and American commentators were saying how they would be the next Hitler. And since then, how is Britain and America doing, and how is Japan doing? I mean, seriously, these guys should have been keeping a closer eye on their own countries, perhaps. Seriously, I would take right now, out of the situation that Britain's in and America's, I'm very comfortable here in Japan. Thank you very much for asking. This was funny, but what do I think of the Japan team commenting on Honest Abe? I heard the thing that, you know, he doesn't mind being misnamed Abe. I think he was referring to the fact that his name is often misread as Abe in America, but he doesn't mind that because of the association with Abraham Lincoln, and why not? Although there again, I mean, when Hillary Clinton tried that during the election debate, that went badly for her. But you know what? Why not? Why not? Oh my God, is Charlotte in the comments? No way. Really? Is Charlotte here? That would be kind of cool if she was. But anyway, in fact, I would be startled and amazed if she was here in the comments. But that's cool. Charlotte is rocking. She is awesome, actually. So yes, yes, I heard it be described as a forced hand job, which is how it looked. You know, he grabbed him right by the. Yes. By the way, I am just curious when we get to the Perry Tune track. Oh, there it is. Boom, we are in it. It is loud, it is happy, but it makes it. I guess it feels like a you know, a toilet detergent commercial at the moment with this in the background. Phil, I told you the Perry Tune tracks only are like 10 times louder than the rest of the tracks, and I can't do much about it. So you know, bear with me. Ty, if you're able to, or if someone who's familiar with the playlist, please put please put the name of the track, just so that people. It is loud. I'm sorry, but you know, imagine that you were watching a toilet paper commercial. There was a story about pro gamers in Japan who will like give online lessons, or if you live in Tokyo, will actually come to your house and teach you how to like dominate online video games for 8,000 yen an hour, which I thought was actually quite reasonable. But apparently, all of the poor nerds around Tokyo have been so outraged at having to pay 8,000 yen an hour for someone to teach video games that they've shut down the service, which to me is like, well, that's a waste, isn't it? So yes. Alex, well, we'll get to the refugees. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've got something about that. But no, I think Japan is actually, well, the whole thing about, yes, Australia and America arguing about the refugee thing, and you know, and Japan telling them both off, when really these are not good examples. I think all three countries are in serious violation of their international obligations. And America, to its credit, at least for now, has a functioning judiciary that can actually correct the situation. But yes, anyway, let's move on. I'm going to experiment with this right after this video. I haven't tried this out yet, but I am enabled 10,000 and above subscribers, so I get the new. I've got it on my YouTube app. In fact, I'll show you. I worry as I go through here that, you know what, I'm just going to stop that because I don't want to show porn. Not that I don't have that. I don't have to worry about that. But let's just go through and see. And there it is. If I go up to the camera at the top of the screen, and in fact, if I go to the library and I go to the camera. Go live, check it out, I can go live. So that is cool. I might go live at the end of this, just try that feature out, because that is the awesomeness. Alex says stop the music, but you can't stop the music. Nobody can stop the music. I can stop the music. Oh wait a minute, this is Thai. No, dude, this is awesome stuff. You have to, no, I'm sorry, you have to listen to this. I love this track, by the way, Warface. This is like one of my favorite tracks. So yeah, it was formed with people via boats, and well, starting with the Aboriginals, you know, 50,000 years ago, and then by the white people who came and wiped out all the Aboriginals, and then pretty much everybody else. So that is correct. But yes, this is an awesome track. Hey Stu, awesome to see you. Go get good night's sleep, and thank you for joining. Let's get back into the stuff. This is Warface by Shogunai Tai Nakamura in the comments, and it is awesome. Go download it. But anyway, finally, after all these years, YouTube is allowing live streaming. The reason they haven't rolled it out to everybody is I know for a fairly reasonably confident fact that they are afraid Indeed, I mean, if you look at all the news stories about Facebook Live, usually they involve all the terrible things that people can do and how they're now enabled live. You know, I won't go into the details, but let's put it this way. ISIS loves Facebook Live. You know, there have been a lot of court cases, police stories, things that people don't want to see happening live. So YouTube's always been aware of this being a potential problem from the beginning, and although they've lagged back, the technology's been there for 10 years, but now they have enabled it, but only with the presumption that, you know, if ISIS got to 10,000 subscribers, they would have caught them by now and shut down the channel. So these are people who, and if you've got 10,000 subscribers, I suppose these are people who have something to lose from being banned. So yeah, people who won't, you know, abuse the privileges, I think is the idea. So I think this is a good thing. Hopefully it'll roll out to more people. Hopefully it'll prove to be successful. I want to see how it works. So I will do a test of this after this video just to see what it looks like. It'll be brief. I'll do it in Japanese just to do a welcome back. Laid Back by Laid Back. I don't know the track, but yes. Oh, thank you, Sergeant Bilko. That is awesome. Oh, you are a legend. Speaking of cool webcams and internet stuff, just stuff which I saved, Logitech has a 4K webcam. Apparently you need like the super latest, and it's got HDR as well. Not that I really know what that means or how that would change this picture that you see now, especially that I'm going through other software. I don't know if it would just like destroy the software that I'm using to like broadcast with. Plus I'm reducing the resolution from 1080p to 720p when I broadcast. But there again, you know, you get more bits, it will look clearer. So I think even for that, even if you're actually broadcasting at reduced resolution, I get the feeling you probably get still a higher underlying bitrate, which just means it will look cooler. And plus it's only like $200. And if you're using, you know, a webcam for streaming, I haven't used Logitech for a while. I've been using this Microsoft one, but this interests me and I might get it. But there again, I might have to get a new computer. Whoa, Victor's here, Japanese for morons. Hey man, sorry, I told you I was going to give you a heads up of when I was going to do this, but I didn't. I basically just went with it. I thought screw it, and I just did it tonight. I'm just going to do it for fun, so thank you for joining, sir. High dynamic range, I understand that, but you know, in terms of HDR, I know what HDR photos look like, where they look sort of weird, everyone looks like ghosts and stuff like that. I'm not sure if that's actually desirable for a webcam, but yeah, I am very interested to see what they look like. I think, oh, Shuba's from Panama, good to see you, buenos dias. So yeah, that is kind of cool. Go check that stuff out. Twitter will soon filter out abusive replies to tweets. I know some people whose replies I'm probably, well, I don't really get that many of them, but I know I've dealt with people in the past who would probably not be visible to anyone as a result of this. It is kind of amazing that Twitter hasn't dealt with this until now, but that is what it is. Yes, that's right, the 4K webcam. I'm going to say, I mean, this looks like it's going to be the gold standard, at least until Microsoft updates this next one. The key thing, by the way, when you look at these webcams, it's not how big they can broadcast. The most important factor is how stable they are and how many FPS. Ideally 30. If they're capable of 60 and 1080p, you're in pretty good hands. But certainly you want at least 30. A lot of webcams, they say that they can give a super great resolution, but they also have like these little pinhole cameras, and they only do 15 frames per second, which basically means that your voice will always look out of sync with the video if you use that. So yeah, Chris Rodham, thank you for that. Sunshine Base, this was another good one actually. So yes, I appreciate people putting in the tracks here, and by the way, I should have a link below the video, and I don't, but if you go and just look up the Tokyo Digital Crew Hot 25, it's there on SoundCloud, and all the music of course is downloadable, and you can use it on your videos, and we can give you any part of it that you want if you want to loop it or do stuff with that. Yes, this is not the reason I cancelled my trip to Las Vegas, but seriously, man, I mean, there are so many times that I have seen the news in the last 2 months and just thought, what in the hell is going on? I mean, you know, this is like, I'm not gonna use the N word, but let's say it's like Russia and China are not this bad. You know, you visit Russia, China, they don't, you know, they might, at very worst, you might get spied on, but they won't actually steal your passwords for your social media at the airport. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I don't know. You know, it's spooky. This is kind of cool. I do like all this AI stuff, and I'm following it very closely. This is Microsoft's Cortana. It will actually skim your mails if you're using Outlook, and where someone asks you to do something or you promise to do something, it will actually glean from the text it will create a reminder of those tasks, which is something I feel like I would really benefit from. I mean, what this essentially is moving towards, and that I am very excited about, is the idea of having one of these, you know, either with Cortana or something else in it, that's basically like a full-on personal assistant, like a human being, you know, that knows my emails and knows that I've got to do this thing by the end of so-and-so, or knows that I've got to go out to dinner or whatever, and can actually, like, intelligently, without me saying, hey, book a dinner for whatever. I mean, that's the first step, and we're just getting to that step now with Siri and these other things, but something which can actually be like a human being that knows that you are supposed to do something. This is kind of cool for me, and I'm looking forward to. I mean, that's not true, I have had a secretary, although, you know, one that I shared with like 5 other people many years ago. But the idea of having some, you know, basically a true digital assistant that can do all the sort of work stuff, this to me is awesome. And this is another example for me of where Microsoft, and I understand this is kind of scary to some people, but I think as a work tool, I think this is kind of sweet, actually. This is the kind of thing that I want. Alex Shiroki, no, I definitely do not. I'm not keen to go to Russia, but there again, if that sort of thing happened to me in Russia, I'd say, oh, well, it's Russia. You know, I prepared myself psychologically for that when I came. I wouldn't expect that sort of stuff when I go to America, but it looks like it's all the same. Oh, this is another one. I made a lot of tracks, didn't I? Thank you, Chris Rodden, for that. But yes, so this was a bit of a happy hardcore-ish track. I made a lot of those in Australia because that's where I used to buy all my stuff. Check this out. Plants survived on the outside of the International Space Station for 450 days. That's pretty freaky, and that supports the idea that life and, you know, bacteria and stuff could have gotten to Earth on comets and meteors and stuff. So the whole idea that we are aliens, that's kind of cool. This is also very cool. And even with the small telescope, you can see Jupiter really awesomely. I used to be into this stuff as a kid, and there's a very nice little animation there of coming up to Jupiter. Twitch is getting really interesting. Twitch does what YouTube does. They're kind of coming up as the next sort of Vimeo in terms of the vloggers. They've expanded from just being live streaming of games to offering vlog channels and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just kind of interesting to see how they are expanding. And what I really hope happens in terms of YouTube is, I'm not moving from YouTube, but I really hope that what Twitch innovates, YouTube will pay attention to. And thanks for the tip, Ben. You know, I hope that they take some of the best features from that, you know, and that I hope that they motivate themselves for, you know, I hope that they raise competition and result in better functionality. So that's the thing about Cortana that I was saying before that I think is pretty cool. Yeah, Facebook looks like they're trying to get original content a bit, again, like Amazon and YouTube are doing. I'm not sure that Facebook is really where I want to consume, like, I'm not sure that's where I want to Netflix or Prime TV, but, you know, good on that. If they get good content, I'll certainly consider it. This is interesting. This is another one. This has been enabled in the US. I haven't checked if this is available for Japan yet because I don't really need it. Hey, Andrea Mulboy, Happy New Year. Great to see you. And by the way, thanks everybody for joining. I normally go through the comments at the start, but I just wanted to jump straight into it. Hey Fukuoka May, I'm sorry that it's distracting, and maybe I will lower the levels. But the thing is, some of the tracks are pretty quiet. And I'm afraid if I do this on the fly, then I'm going to cause something to break. Take a vote right now down the bottom. Should I try to lower the music levels, risking possibly all the sound on this video and having to stop, or shall we just go through it? People can't hear me. What are we doing here? If this is, I know, because of the music, people can't hear. Okay, well, you should be able to. I mean, the levels when I'm speaking are much higher than the music. Should I skip the track? Oh, so tell me in the comments, skip the track or adjust the levels. Okay, I'm going to adjust the levels. Screw the consequences. We are going to do this right now. Because this is what we do. We live life on the edge. We are the Mountain Dew generation. Oh, that's not it. Oops. Boom. That's too much. Let's go down there. Okay, I have now lowered the sound. Okay, well, this will probably be a different level anyway. Is this okay? Can you hear me now? Tell me if this is better. I just lowered that by like from minus 16 decibels to like minus 20, so it should be better. Please tell me that it's better. I realize that there's a 20-second lag here. It's like talking to the moon. It's halfway between the moon and Mars. The moon I believe is like a 7-second delay. In fact, it might be even more. What is the delay to the moon? Who knows that? I should ask this. I should ask how long does light take to travel to the moon?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question I heard.
Doesn't matter. But yes, okay, so the sound is better by the sounds of it. The level is the same. Sounds the same, okay. Level's much better, says Shubas. It's nice. This is great. The track is really good. This is Joshua Matthews, and he is a legend. He makes video game music. Well, okay, now there's zero music. Well, I guess this is a problem. Oh, I'll figure it out. But bear in mind the intention here is to play music in the background. It has started. It's 1 minute 20 in, so you know what? I think I lowered it too much. I'm going to take another shot at this. Boom, boom. Let's go. In fact, let's go here. Okay, I've increased the level a tad. Jason's lost in Japan. Great to see you, dude. Let's go back to this. Anyway, so this is kind of cool. I really wanted this like about 5 years ago. Now I really don't care, because now in Japan at least you get super high-speed internet everywhere. I thought this was always pretty cool. If you've got an Android, it's nice that you can download it onto a memory card. I always thought it would be cool for catching up on like blogs and stuff on the train. And I guess if you've got an expensive data, I guess where it really pays off is that if you are subject to a data plan, you know, where watching YouTube outside is going to result in huge bills, or your internet slowing down, I guess that is pretty cool. If you have good Wi-Fi environment or whatever, it wouldn't make so much of a difference. But yeah, they originally got it for India, where I guess the internet speeds are so slow that it saved people from having to buffer up. They can actually download the video first and then watch it without all the buffering. But also, yeah, it does save a lot of money on data, so that would be pretty cool. Anyway, so saves your data plan. That is the advertising point, so that is pretty cool. How to meet people while traveling. I thought people might be interested in that. Plus, it's got a picture of Japan. Audits. Facebook has been lying about its internet view, about its media metrics. Do I know when the latest Star Wars flick will appear? Indeed, it is Episode 8. It is called The Last Jedi, which makes people wonder if Episode 9 will be called, oh no, this time really The Last Final Jedi. But apparently it's called The Last Jedi. It will be coming out, I believe, in December of this year, and I am looking forward to it. I loved Rogue One, by the way. I don't think I'm not sure Rogue One isn't up to a full Star Wars movie, but that wasn't the intent. I do love the originality and the different. I love how well it gelled, particularly how the ending just gelled with the Star Wars overall story. It really is like a 3.7 or a 3.8, you know, in terms of the episode number. I love Rogue One, and I'm really, really excited about Episode 8 and where they go with it. So I think it'll be in December. Thank you for asking, because that stuff is cool. This person, Robert Scoble, whoever he is, he's not looking very cool, but I've always said all along, mixed reality, Minority Report, that is going to be the shit. It's not going to be virtual reality. It's going to be putting on a pair of these. We're going to look like this, but you're going to see like screens and awesomeness all around you, and you'll look slightly cooler than that guy, but probably not as cool as this. And yeah, it will look basically it'll be awesome. It'll be sweet, and that is what I think will work. So I've talked about that forever. Microservices are the future. That is an interesting one, and that is something I'm kind of microservices. I think being yeah, basically people doing like small tasks for whatever. Yeah, it's another angle. Anyway, I'm not going to go deep into that today. Fukushima killed a robot. Oh dear. Well, that's kind of expected. New Zealand, there is the ex-Prime Minister with a Kiwi, and I'm a Kiwi, and here's a Kiwi, and we are all Kiwis, and we're going to save them with genetic engineering. I mean, you know, two heads are better than one, why not? Boom. I really, really like when it comes to headphones. I these, and these are in the top 5 that were recommended for the survey. This is the Sony MDR7506. These are industrial. Anyone who like shoots video or live, basically anyone like at a sports game with professional, like with microphones and stuff like that for broadcasting, they all plug these things in. They're indestructible. The sound is perfect in terms of it doesn't do anything to modify the sound, but it just captures everything that the recording captures, and they're just solid headphones. But apparently, I've never heard these ones, but these Audio Technica ATHM 50X ones are also much loved, and there they are. So yeah. What else we got here? This is the pay lessons for pro sucking lesson video games. I talked about this one earlier. People in Japan are outraged at paying $80 an hour for video gaming advice, which I think is worth it if you really are that serious, be serious about video games. I would pay that much, but there you go. I'm a middle-aged balding man who can afford that. This is awesome. This is the annual routine of the Tamazu in Western Tokyo. They put someone into a animal costume, and which they simulate an escape, as well as I guess this could be like a Homeland Security training video in America. Who knows now? Putting people in costumes and chasing after them with tranquilizer darts and throwing nets over them, all that sort of stuff. But it is wonderful. And actually, it's very good advertising for the zoo. And it's in Western Tokyo. You can go there anytime. James O'Hara is asking what's up with the background music. This reminds me that when we get to the this is Mata Gaijinga, Future Possibilities. When we get to Tyrant T, I just realized Tyrant T, who is from the Three Old Dudes. Oh god, I'm tired. Anyway, it's really loud, and you will know what it's on. Maybe I'll have to skip it actually, because it's actually, there are parts in it that are really awesome. Like the whole thing is awesome, but there are parts in it which are mind-blowingly awesome that I just want to take out and sample. But yes, anyway. I tell you what, now that given that it looks like I can adjust the sound on the fly, I might do that. So give me a sense if it's getting out of control. And maybe I do need to stick in these headphones so I can keep up with what's happening on the monitor. Let's do that. Just this way I can get a sense if it's... Oh, the only problem is I can hear myself echoing a little bit. Can you hear that? Maybe if I turn down the monitor. There we go. Okay, I know this shouldn't... Okay, it's only the monitor level, so this should be okay. Okay, so this will give me a sense. This lets me keep up with what's playing anyway. So yes, Australia is hot at the moment. Apparently in parts of New South Wales it's getting near 50 degrees. I don't do Fahrenheit, but apparently that is like 120. Where my mum lives, I talked to her today, and it's 39 degrees. Even though it's further north, but it's near the ocean, it doesn't normally get much above 35, but it is 39, which I guess is around 110. So yeah. Track volume is increased quite a bit. It's too loud. Okay, let's do it. Let's deal with that. I might have to find out a formula for controlling music. I do want to play in the background. But okay, let's do this. That's minus 21. That's a 3 decibel change. That should take care of it. Anyway, that's Australia. What else we got? We got. This is. I mean, it makes common sense. Apparently, when people. When police wear body cameras, people behave better, and the police behave better, and there are less complaints, even when there's more use of force, but at least everyone's a bit more careful. It seems like a good thing. It seems good. So yeah, I'm very glad to hear that they're doing that. More Europa stuff, yes, that is awesome. Russia considers sending Snowden back to the US as a gift, because why not? That's the type of age that we live in. Trump. Bullying in Japan by Loco in Yokohama. He's got a good blog. Snow festivals. This cartoon of Abe in America seems pretty accurate. This is from the New York Times, and there are Japanese reactions to it there. This is just Japan culture. A glasses shop got sick of shoplifters and decided that they would start to post videos of shoplifters online. And this is pretty routine in other countries, but in Japan, it's kind of funny. This is a title award, which is one of the more ghetto awards. I'm going to get in trouble for this again because I said that I'd actually going to get an award. I got a lot of people very upset with that. But Taito is also a good award a little bit. We've got some lovely parts too, and Adachi has some lovely parts. Some of my best friends are from Adachi, and Lee from Taito as well. But yes, they put up they put up online some of the people who were stealing the glasses, and a lot of people felt like that was like going too far, punishing the amazing and uncool shoppers. I think most people on the internet thought totally feel that all of us. It's interesting that there was a debate in the show to show that Japan's a quite country, and they're actually sensitive to the idea that for shoplifting it might be too harsh to show their faces online. What else we got? How is TV changing? This is an interesting thing for me. My son is very interested in TV. For me as well, just figuring out how it goes. Again, you can't hear me over the music again because of the violin. The violin, I sound like a violin. Okay. We gotta get going on. This is background radio. It's down in the yard. Okay, what is the track? Okay, this is gonna. You shouldn't be able to hear anything now. Just checking the levels. Perry tune. Yeah, Perry tune is always. Okay, let's just skip that. Okay, we got Matagaijinka life cycles now. That should be a little bit better. Anyway, the offline viewing. What else we got? Yes, apparently the court that blocked Trump's immigration ban as a YouTube channel. That's pretty cool. Amazon Tap is now worth getting. Yes, I talked about this earlier. This is really awesome as well. Yes. Relive all your 2000s music dreams with Mashup Maker, so you can take a whole bunch of basically they've got an algorithm which matches, and they've already got them all set up to match, but you can match a whole bunch of 2000s music, and that is cool. I don't know if you call it the 2000s, I don't know what you even call that decade, but yes, that's pretty cool. It looks like that Apple YouTube Music and Google Play Music are going to merge into the same app, which makes sense. Japan is going to exclude small bars from the upcoming final ban. I need an equalizer to keep you up into the same level, but yes, the problem is I'm playing it from the phone, dude. I can't overload everything. But yes, thanks for the. By the way, maybe I should lean into the microphone. Okay, that's a good tip there. Is the music still too loud? Alex, is the music still too loud? If it is, I think I might just kill it. Tell me one last time if I need to kill the music. It was a nice idea, but if it's still too loud, I'm at minus 25 decibels at the moment, I will kill it. I should also probably try to talk up some more myself. But anyway. So what else we got here? So yeah, they're going to keep these small bars still being all smoky like they like to be. And let's just see if there's anything else here that's sort of really interesting. Apparently people, there was a glitch that caused subscriber counts to show inaccurately the other day. It showed every unsubscribed as being 2 unsubscribed, which is probably why I don't have 1 million subscribers like I should at the moment. I guess that would be it. White people are cool and beautiful. We respect them, says Tanaka Taro. And that is a really strange thing to say. Kill it. Okay, everyone says kill it. Getting killed. Well, we'll come back to this idea. Maybe I have to figure out a way to adjust the music track. It's a little better when I lean in, but without the music is best. So I'm sorry about that. Let me come back to it, because I do want to show the music off. I do want to have it playing appropriately in the background, but maybe I need to figure out a way to play it in a way that it basically levels out, and that you guys can enjoy it. What else we got here? Twitch communities, an Atari smartwatch, which is pretty cool with Alexa. Sounds kind of cool. I can imagine playing Pong. I mean, I grew up playing Atari, so that'd be kind of sweet, but there again, I don't know if I'd really use it that much on a phone, on a wristwatch. Yeah, Flipboard's upgraded. I don't really like the upgrade that much, and as you can see now, I'm just trying to do everything straight within Feedly, which is what I use. Yes, I'm a self-hating white person. Yes, they're asking for our passwords, which is fine. Proxima B, the planet around Proxima B probably isn't in the livable zone, which is a shame. Running your first marathon, not that I'm doing that. Headphones are awesome. SpaceX is going to be launching rockets every 2 weeks, so that is cool. And NASA's built a chip that can survive on Venus, not since Venera 12, was it? Venera 11, like in 1982. The Russian probe, which lasted 2 hours on the surface. It's basically like sending a robot into the reactor of Fukushima, sending a probe to Mars. But NASA has figured out how they might be able to shield electronics so that they can survive there. And Venus is pretty awesome as well. It is closer to Earth than Mars, and it's the same size as Earth. Only problem is the 500 degrees, temperatures that they have there. So that would be kind of awesome. There are secrets to successful live streaming, which probably include not playing music in the background at varying levels like I've been doing. Yeah, I should probably have read this before I started the show, but in any case, if you want to do live streaming better than me and you want to be like these beautiful, beautiful people, I guess that's the secret, isn't it? You have to be really, really good looking. That's the secret to being. But these are YouTube's largest regular live streamers. The definition of regular as well, seriously. You can play music via OBS using VSTs to keep it constant. Okay, I will check that out. I will check out a way to level that out and come back to it. People are, I was not aware, people are, who is, sorry, what is traumatizing Mr. Cordy Chep? I am, was it something that I said? I hope not. Anyway, I hope you're okay, Mr. Cordy Chep, don't be down. Canon is still not properly in the mirrorless game, but there it is. This is cool. This should be standard functionality on Google Earth. Watch this video. Somebody just took a whole bunch of single screenshots from Google Maps, Google Earth, and created a video out of it, and it's beautiful. And I wish that the standard thing you could do this. Google, go do that. A woman with tattoos was kicked out of nursing school, and she is suing the school for it. Yeah, I think that sounds about right. I don't understand exactly how having tattoos should really disqualify someone from being trained and certified as a nurse. But this is the thing. Understand, when you're coming to Japan, that the cultural fear, and it is fear, it's a mix of fear and prejudice, but it's based on the association with mafia. It's deep-seated. So there you go. This is cheap. I've seen video taken with it, the 360-degree camera from Samsung. It's pretty affordable, takes pretty good video, quality video. I think it also takes 4K video, unlike the Ricoh. However, the Ricoh does take better looking video. I really want the Ricoh one to come out with 4K. I'm waiting for that. I'm holding out for that. But this is quite affordable if you want to get a nice little 360 camera. Have I seen the Panasonic GH5? Looks like it's going to be badass. I've seen the previews for it. I've got the GH3. And yeah, they always are badass for video, so I'm sure that the GH5 will be the same. But I'm pretty happy. I've got a good enough one for now. This has been an interesting one. The US, the base relocation in Okinawa. I'm also looking at time, but let's just talk about this for a little bit of time. Mr. Cordy Chep, no, I got kind of permission, and then kind of not permission, and then kind of, well, screw it, I'm doing it anyway. Yeah, and I talked in the start of the video about what sort of went into the decision to restart and what I want to do differently this time. So I've discussed all that in the beginning, so you can watch that when the video goes live. However, with Okinawa, there was an interesting thing at the end of the year when one of the Ospreys crashed during a mid-air refueling exercise over a beach. The fuel line hit one of the propellers of the Osprey, and the pilot was able to. It was taking place near a town, and the Osprey pilot managed to sort of veer the craft away from a town and crash on the beach. Everyone in Okinawa, well, not everyone, but certainly the government, the local residents of the town were very upset, and they wanted the Americans to apologize. And there was a big debate about this. The American base commander said the pilot should be, hailed as a hero for basically the way that he safely landed the crashing Osprey and ensured safety and everything. And the response to that was, well, you know, you're saying he should be called a hero, shouldn't have been flying there in the first place. You know, they were no one ever wanted them to be flying there, and here they are, and crashing, doing exactly what people were most afraid of. And we're supposed to be thankful that, you know, he crashed in a considerate way. There's been a lot of missing messages there, but I can see it from both sides. You know, in the end of the day, Okinawa is critical to the defense of Taiwan, the defense of Korea, to the defense of Japan, and they bear, you know, a terrible burden from it all. And you know, the Ospreys are a bit crashy, we all know. And you know, perhaps the US should have been a little bit contrite and shown awareness of the sensitivity, but there again, there's nothing they could have really said, at least to the protesters down there. But yeah, but that said, maybe Okinawa's gone a little bit over the top, but you can also see it from their perspective. You know, they've borne a heavy burden from the bases. So that is continuing. The latest on this was, by the way, that the relocation of Tenma to the Henoko port, basically an airbase that's going to be built over a reef, that the Okinawan government tried to block, as they don't want another base, even if it's going to be to open up the land of Tenma. The national government got into a court case against the Okinawan prefecture to try to stop construction of the base. The national government won. The Okinawan government has lost its recourse, and so the base is proceeding to be built, even though the prefecture itself is against the new base. It's interesting. Anyway, let's keep going with the time that we've got left. Apparently some, in fact I won't worry about that. It's interesting to see the comments just on the Islamophobia is happening in Japan as well. Mobile, so YouTube's talked about there's going to be a mobile appli which is going to allow live chat. It's going to be called Super Chat. Mobile application and Super Chat there, live haishin yori tanoshiku. This is from the YouTube Japanese blog, but I believe it's talking about the mobile features that I will be testing out after this video coming live. And yeah, need live streaming tips. I want to go to one of these myself, actually. I want to figure out how to stream and be happy like that guy. And how can you stream in a way that makes me look good looking and young and interesting? That's what I want to find out. So I will be going there in a couple of weeks probably. That should be quite fun. Here we go. Live streaming Super Chat equals live streaming living the dream. Hopefully these are the new features which I will have to get out of all of the stuff. And yes, that's right, that's what I will be doing right after this video. I'll be doing a test of this, rolling out mobile live streaming to channels with over 10,000 subscribers. There have been ways to do it before now. If you have particular types of mobile phones, particular applications could allow you to actually live stream to YouTube. But this will be baked in within the YouTube app, live streaming, and I've got it, so I'm going to test it out after this and see what it looks like. Japan will lose 20 million people. You know, to lose 1 or 2 people may seem like a misfortune, but 20 million rather seems like carelessness, to quote Oscar Wilde, or paraphrase perhaps, anyway. Tofugu, he's a legend, read the good stuff there. Phone hacks, double tap feature to allow you to skip ahead on videos. Again, I guess if you find YouTube videos to be too long, I guess on this one you'd be tapping a lot, you know, because it's a long video, but there you go. Safe search is coming to Twitter like about 10 years too late, even though it was only founded well, actually it is coming up on 10 years, isn't it? So there you go. The new smartphone sensors will let you shoot video on a smartphone at 1000 frames per second, which means lots of cool, like, you know, fat people dancing videos and stuff like that, which yeah, I'm gonna have to make some friends. It's gonna be cool. These are kind of cool. This Photoshopper guy. This is interesting. These 2 UK YouTubers are fined $330,000 for basically promoting video game gambling, and apparently their viewers, including some teenage viewers, went and actually did it and ran up a lot of debt, and the people got upset, and it's against the law in UK, and they got fined a lot of money. So there you go. Trying to figure out jobs that will not be taken over by robots. I think robot maintenance engineer will be it. I've got these buttons, but yeah, you know, it's a nice idea. This is kind of cool. The mobile filmmaker's bag. Jupiter has lots of spots in its pole. That's pretty cool. SpaceX. Oh, you gotta love Elon Musk. Gotta love the guy. Gaijin Down Under, don't say that shit. Seriously, there's like a billion people who follow that. There's a couple of nutters, and seriously, I know a lot of nutter Christians as well, so don't go there. But yes, saying apparently, oh, I should have said you. I am here For you, I should have said that in the first 5 seconds of the video. You. That's how I'm going to start. It's going to be boom, you. And my views are just going to go up by 66%, apparently. Actually, this sounds like probably good advice. I should not be sharing this. I should be keeping this all to myself, so that only I know the secret formula that is drawing in millions of views for each one of my videos. But apparently I have to say you more often. I hope you get the message. So there you go. Got that one just in time. We've got 5 more minutes. The entire Pokemon is playable inside Minecraft. Someone made a mod that allows you to do that. It's pretty cool. I love the idea of Snap's spectacles, but you would look like a dumbass wearing them. This is the problem. I mean, you know, maybe I'm never going to pass as millennial, so I'm not going to be able to pull it off. That is the problem. Let's come up and say you. Feels kind of political. Hey, you're beautiful. I should do that. Come think of it. Come think of some big YouTubers. I love your faces. I mean, Sexy Phil's been saying that for years. I should be saying that. I love all of your sexy faces. I'm going to sign off with that. Boom you. That sounds like a threat. You know, it doesn't sound quite right. Boom you. Look at me. Mental note: if I ever don't say you in the first 5 seconds of the next video, everybody remind me that I'm doing it wrong. These they look a bit stupid. Uber wants flying cars. You know, we all want flying cars. I do. Apparently, if you eat meals on local time before you travel, you can beat space lag, time lag, jet lag. I'm getting tired, and I'm reading the next one already. Unfortunately, Japan's space junk experiment failed, but there again, good on them for trying. This is kind of the Japanese government helpfully offers examples of what is hate speech, I guess, by saying hate speech. So go back to your home country and kill people from people of a certain nation or ethnicity. Thank you. It's like they've given a toolkit for people who want to speak hate speech to do so. So there you go. Not really sure. Yeah, I'm worried about that one kind of inversely. If you know the movie 1941 by Steven Spielberg, the only comedy that he ever made, and the whole instructions on how to use the anti-submarine gun, I think it's actually an anti-aircraft weapon that is put at the back of a house, and you know, all the instructions are given in reverse. Under no circumstances should you turn this lever in this way back, and if you do that, you must never move this lever this way. And it's basically, I think this is like a 1941 reverse instruction guide to having a racist protest. Yeah. Anyway, what else we got here? Instagram is trying to do too much. Some people say it's falling apart. I haven't been using it so much lately, but I still think it's cool. I think these things always get worse when people try doing too much. China is now the biggest producer of solar power. They are certainly the biggest producer of solar panels. And that's good news, although obviously nowhere near enough given all the coal that they are burning and the air pollution problems that they have. But there you go. Robots could replace a lot of public sector workers, but seriously, I think stuffed teddy bears could replace a lot of... Well, no, that's not being fair, is it? But you know what I mean. Here, just hug this. We fired the cows. Yes, who knows? Just give them a big teddy bear. It could happen. Florida Republican wants to abolish the EPA. You go, you crazy nutcase assholes. Just do it. Yeah, seriously, I dare you. I double dare you. At this point, who cares? Braska Farron, that's right, I am back. We got 2 minutes left. You can watch the rest of the video at the end of this. Yeah, Mattis is, he loves Japan. That's all good to see. Mad Dog. This is kind of freaky. Google has been ordered to turn over mail stored on foreign servers. That is kind of freaky again, and that is like, oh my god, is America becoming Russia? And that's not a good thing. Please don't be Russia. We always like America because it wasn't Russia. You know, I mean, there's a time for Russia and there's time for America, but please don't become Russia. That was the crazy stuff. Life on Europa, we're going to find that it's going to be awesome. 3D touch is actually useful, apparently. I love this. You can actually help archaeologists. It's like a crowdsourcing. Reviewing lots of high-resolution photos to find ancient sites, which I think this is really cool. It's Indiana Jones from your PC. This is also very cool, taking a Nerf gun. Adam Savage takes a Nerf gun and makes it into a proper sci-fi movie prop, and it looks really, really cool. That is awesome. This sort of thing, I like the idea of it'll stand out a bit much at work, but I do like the idea of being able to create an easily convertible regular desk to standing desk. So it's not a bad idea. Yeah, I guess that's it. I've got lots of stuff, endless stuff, but if you want to follow these stories, I've given up Flipboard. This is from my Feedly. You can find all of the stuff has been transported onto Twitter, so follow me on Twitter. Keep up with all the latest tech stuff, all the latest Japan sort of stuff. And I will be here. 2.5 Oyajis will be less frequent. I gotta cut it back. That's one of my things, but we'll probably make it a monthly show with interviews. So we'll be back. But just not as frequently. It won't be every week because I can't do this every Saturday and Sunday night. That's another problem. I was just I was hitting up against limits. By the way, that is the Snowball. It's the company that makes the Snowball. What is it called again? But anyway, they picked this one. The Blue Yeti. That's right. The company is called Blue, and that is the most recommended USB microphone. Maybe I should get it myself. But yes, anyway, I'm back, I'm black, and we are all rocking it. Thank you for joining, and no, don't worry, 2.5 Oyajis is around. It's just I can't do it 2 days in a row on the weekend, I'm sorry. So it'll be less frequent, but it will be better quality, and we will keep it going. Note on the Hanami, by the way, I put my thoughts already up, although actually that video went up a long time after it was recorded. The Victor put them up on his channel. Thanks to Victor for doing that. On the Hanami, I understand now that Sam's Hanami is on Wednesday, like the 5th of April, and the one organised by Phoenix is going to be on the 1st of April. I will repeat my general skepticism. I think that the Kuni rule that you do not announce the Hanami like for more than 1 month before, because you might get a really warm March and it might be that it's all over by April. There again, people from out of town, they always do want a fixed date. So I think my idea is still correct. If you're going to announce it early, which I'm against, but everybody did because they just couldn't keep it in their pants, and that's fine. Come to Tokyo and but don't stand in a park with no freaking cherry blossoms or in the rain or whatever on the 1st of April. Go to the hub. If the timing is good, which the weather is pretty reliable in Japan, but global climate change and all that sort of stuff, you never know. Go to the hub, and if it works out, it is good that there will be a YouTube party. I will be there, and I will be bringing swag. YouTube is hooking me up. So I will be there, and I will see all of you guys on April the 1st, if not sooner, and that is a good thing. And I hope you guys are all good, and it's great to be back. It's great to see all of you guys there in the comments, and hang around this time next week. I will be back, and we will be making further refinements to Tokyo Tonight 2, as the series will now be called. Tokyo Tonight's done. This is Tokyo Tonight 2, and thanks for joining. See you later. Peace. That's right, the hub, 2 p.m. Saturday the 1st. Also, I'm unmotivated, so I might go there a little bit early. But yeah, that's the general, that is the plan. 2 p.m. on the 1st, there should be a hub. Just because it's easy to get to, easy to take over. Pay as you go, all that sort of stuff. Miscori Camp Tokyo Tonight is going to be weekly. This is going to be, I'm going to put all my focus and energy into this. And TT2, it'll be Tokyo Tonight 2. Like I say, there'll be latest from the Tokyo Digital crew. There'll be a little bit more compressed. It'll be a different format that I'll be showing the news stories through, but it will be here, so that is cool. I'm going to do a quick test right now of the YouTube app on this, so we'll see what that looks like. And other than that, I'll do a quick test. I'll be speaking in Japanese on that, just announcing that my channel is back, and I'll see you guys later. Peace. Boom. And it is that's a good question. TTT triple T. TTT is kind of cool, isn't it? I was thinking TT2, but triple T is kind of cool as well. We'll take a vote on that. Should it be TT2 or TTT? What do people think? Titty. Yeah, TT. Good night. Good night. Behave. Keep cool to after school. Kakita no. Kakita no. I said that wrong. Boom.